Gonzalez, some new details tonight about the investigation into the county's $19 million fraud case.
Eyewitness News has uncovered an email that the county says shows that the superintendent of schools office knew of their responsibility to reconcile their checking accounts and keep track of that money. For more on this, we turn to investigative reporter Kyle Harvey. Kyle.
Well, Rochelle, think of reconciling as double checking that the account activity makes sense. It's a process that catches fraud, but no one did this for the checking accounts tied to the superintendent's office or the college district. Our question today was who should have been doing this for the superintendent's accounts.
They're using this letter to say that they pass that responsibility on to us.
That's Assistant Superintendent John Von Flew on Wednesday, speaking to us about a 2005 letter from the auditor's office that described who was supposed to do what in regard to reconciling checking accounts.
This letter specifically says that the reconciliation would no longer be completed by the county and that it would be handed over along with all the materials to do the reconciliations.
We don't have any record of receiving this. I wasn't in my position at this time. But we have no record in our files of receiving it or responding to it or anything.
He did offer a potential reason they may not have received it.
Okay. And we do note that the address here is addressed to 1800 17th Street. Our address is 1300 17th Street.
Further, he told us if there was to be such a big change in responsibility, it would have warranted additional communication.
The first thing, it would be incumbent on us to respond to acknowledge receipt of this information, and then to set up a series of events to make sure that we had the appropriate access to information. We were shared the appropriate access to account reconciliations, to bank statements, whatever.
But the county's auditor tells me today that this email correspondence is proof that all of those things happened. It was sent 5 days after the letter in question from the superintendent's director of district's financial services to the county's accounting division chief. From the superintendent's office, Steve Mattern writes, "Thanks for making your staff available to us this morning to review the procedures for the reconciliation of our bank accounts." From county accounting, Nancy Lawson responds, "I am glad the meeting on the reconciliations was helpful." The superintendent's finance director continues, "They provided some helpful worksheets and answered all of our questions." He adds that they'll be looking into the process more thoroughly. The county accounting chief says in reply, "The reports we will make available on the web will make a big difference for your staff."
Boy, so the email looks pretty clear on this. Is the superintendent talking about this yet?
Yeah, in fact, we actually approached the superintendent's office yesterday about some other emails kind of along the same theme. They declined an interview yesterday. We went to them again today with this one. They declined that on-camera interview request. We did get a written statement, though, and let's put that up right now that we can show you. It reads, "At this point, we have more questions than answers. We will reserve further comment until things become clearer once the third-party forensic audit that we've called for in partnership with the college district can shed some light on what has transpired in the last 12 years.
Okay, well, I'm sure there are a lot of questions out there. If people have questions, how can they get them answered?
Absolutely. We would like to hear your questions about this. I'm going to be on Facebook Live. You want to meet us over at the Bakersfield Now Facebook page. Lots of questions that we do have answers to and lots of questions that we are still looking for answers to.
Sure.
And we don't know what we don't know yet. So we want to hear your thoughts about this. We can see you on Facebook Live here in just a few minutes.
All right, wonderful. Thank you.